I'm reading this book. Now
What is that? What is that?
Push Carson.
Please record at your end as well, sir.
Yeah, I am. So we are live. We are live, and we can start.
Still showing streaming. So 1 second.
Yeah, it shows live to me as well.
What does it say?
No, it's showing the live icon on top.
Yeah.
So it's echoing, sir. If you're,
it's echoing. It's not echoing at my end.
You know, Pradhiman, my only worry is that if I get a call in between, this will get problematic.
Just you on Wi-Fi, right?
Yes.
Just go AirPlay, na?
Sorry?
Just go on AirPlay.
Yeah, let me do that.
Airplane, rather.
I've gone on airplane mode, yeah.
Yeah, so can you come back?
I'm back.
Yeah, great. So we are live and delighted.
And I'm already in the airplane mode, jet setting already, huh?
So delighted to have you here with us on MxM Live. We've just started an all-new series of newsmakers, and you are the newsmaker. So we have here with us Sapangeet Rajwant, Head of Marketing and Digital Hindi Mass Entertainment and Head of Brand Solutions, Viacom 18. Rather long thing. You know, I was asking your team for something about you, and I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 pages of stuff. So I'm just going to say you are the big boss marketing of Hindi mass entertainment at Viacom 18, right? And brand solutions.
Thank you so much, Pradhiman. That's such a nice introduction that you've given to me. I'm delighted. Just share those 6, 7 pages with me also, na? After the interview.
Sure, I will do that. You know, I must tell our viewers here, and I know it's raining terribly, so I don't know what are the numbers we have right now, but I haven't spoken to Sapan as much over the last 4 months, as much as I have over the last 6 and a half odd years that you've been here at Viacom 18, and before that at
Z. Before that at Z.
But the reason why I have spoken to her so much is what we have just discovered, what the world has discovered, that she has a splendid chef, a splendid cook who makes some fantastic food. So, you know, we've been, let me put it this way, that the lockdown, the 4-month lockdown that we had passed very easily thanks to some yum food that Sapan's chef produced. So, so great stuff on that, Sapan.
Thank you so much, Pradhiman. Thank you so much.
So what's cooking on? Let's talk about food. What's cooking on the Big Boss front?
There's lots cooking on the Big Boss front. You know, I mean, this is one dish and one appetizer that people keep on waiting for. I mean, right from the time when we ended the last season, people were like looking forward to the next season because, as you know, the last season was a big hit and success. We garnered more than 213 million viewers, I think, last season. And that's alone on air, leave alone what happened on Voot and what happened on the digital social media front. So, yes, we are back with yet again another season of Big Boss. And this season is definitely going to be very different. This season is going to be very exciting. And this season is coming at the backdrop of the year 2020. And we all know what the year has done to us, you know. The year actually put a stop to everything that was normal for us, you know, whether it is entertainment, freedom, going out, enjoying life. And with Big Boss, we want to tell the viewers that, hey guys, now your life is going to come back to normal. And Big Boss is an antidote to the year 2020. All that you missed in this entire year, which is your full dose of entertainment, drama, great excitement, is going to be back into your life with Big Boss. And we, as the makers of the show, are leaving no stone unturned to give viewers a great entertainment 106 days. And we look forward to the viewers really enjoying the show.
You know, I did send out mailers and inform people that I'm going to be interviewing you. So everybody wanted to know, can you just find out at least a few of the Namuna guests who are going to be there in the house?
3rd October. 3rd October, you'll see.
Okay, enough of
Because the biggest part about Big Boss is the curiosity that the contestants bring along with them, right? And that drives a lot of conversations for us because people keep on talking and anticipating and guessing and second guessing who the contestants are. But the real fun is to actually come on the launch episode and see who the final contestants are. So, we want to keep it like that. We want the viewers to hold on with bated breaths and then unveil the contestants on the launch episode. And I'm sure, like last year, you guys are not going to be disappointed this year.
Is there going to be Riya Chakravarti in the house?
I wish, no, but no. You want Kangana Ranaut also?
Of course, we want all the tadka and all the mirchi in the house, right?
Yeah, like somebody told me, why don't you guys bring Kangana Ranaut in the show this time? Only for one day, your viewership will go skyrocketing. So,
Yeah.
Having said that, what we always keep in mind is that we should have an eclectic mix of contestants who are a great combination and give you a lot of entertainment because that's what the show is. Unfortunately, the show gets to be known for its voyeurism, but it brings along with it a lot of drama, a lot of equations, a lot of emotions at play. And that comes out when you get the right mix of contestants. So this year also our play will be between the right mix of contestants and will give you high dose of drama.
We have a columnist, Sanjeev Kotnala,
I know him very well.
Who looks at Big Boss in a very, philosophical way as a marketing science and all that. But frankly, it's all about voyeurism, right? It's all about that.
So I'll tell you what, Pradyuman, what has happened in the last couple of years is that there is no doubt that there is voyeurism in the show because the show is known for that. Yeah, but what has happened is that in the last 2-3 years, we've actually got a lot of family viewership. And if you slice and dice the target audience of Big Boss, you'll be surprised to see that we have 52% females and 48% males onto the show. Unlike what people think that ye to male viewership hoga, the show really brings on a lot of female viewership. And last season saw actual family viewing happening. Because you understand the dynamics of relationships, how a person reacts in a certain situation. I remember, Pradyuman, and this goes back maybe around 4-5 years back. I was doing a research with consumers in some small town in Rajasthan, and there was this lady. She must have been in her late 70s, and I asked her, Mataji, aap kya dekhti hain? And she says, beta main Big Boss dekhti hu. And I was really surprised, and I was like, aap Big Boss dekhte hain? Kyun? हमें ना उसमें बहुत सीख मिलती है कि कैसे हमें बिहेव करना चाहिए, कैसे किसको जवाब देना चाहिए, क्या चीज हम बोलेंगे तो खराब लग सकती है. बिग बॉस इज अ मिरर फॉर हाउ टू बिहेव आवरसेल्व्स. Imagine that coming from a very old lady in a small town in Rajasthan. And the show has only grown from there in terms of viewership, in terms of ratings, in terms of what it brings on the table.
And what was going in her mind when she said that? क्या सठिया गई हैं कि
वो सठियाने की उम्र से तो ज्यादा हो गई थी, अब 70 साल की थी. तो there's a पंजाबी word called 17 बतरा, तो वो सठिया के 17 बतरा हो गई थी.
Tell me, as a marketer, I think this year will perhaps be the most challenging for you, given the fact that you have we've just come out of the COVID period, and obviously all eyes are on how well Big Boss is going to be doing. We had Mahesh Shetty as part of MxM Live some weeks back, and he mentioned about how he was overjoyed with the fact that you have a presenting sponsor after somebody backed out, and you have a whole slew of people in. But you also have the biggest show of them all, the biggest reality show of them all, which is also playing concurrently, which is IPL. And if you saw last evening's match between Delhi
and Punjab,
Punjab, which went into the super over, you surely have some amount of competition out there.
See, there is no denying the fact that IPL is very big, yeah. But having said that, Big Boss, both Big Boss and IPL have their own fan following. Both are cult shows in a way, and we are very, very confident of the fact that the loyal viewer base of Big Boss, the loyal fan base of Big Boss, will return to the show in huge numbers. Because Big Boss is something that lives with you for a longer period of time, and people really get attached to it. Yeah, while there will be some form of duplication that will happen between IPL and Big Boss, we are very confident that it will not really mar the viewership of the show. Having said that, IPL starts at 7:30. Big Boss on weekdays will start at 10:30. So we are hoping that by the time 10:30 happens, viewers will come back onto the channel and start watching Big Boss.
But Salu Bhai comes at 9 o'clock on a Saturday and Sunday.
See, like I said, we are pretty confident that the content that we will generate this year will pull in viewers back. Yeah. And at the end of the day, our task as a marketeer is to inform the people, tell them about the show, tell them about what is new onto the show. And then it's the power of the content to hold on the viewers. And we are quite confident that, like last year, this year also, Big Boss will actually rake in more viewers. Because what has happened is that there have been no live big events. There have been no live big shows, and Big Boss is one such. Oh my God, that's my dog barking. Sorry, please pardon me. he's wondering what am I doing at this time. So Big Boss will, I think, attract back all the viewers. We are very, very confident of that. And then rest is to be seen. We'll know when the numbers come of, how much there is duplication and which show is eating into whom. But having said that, we've also, I'm sure, Pradyuman, you would have heard the saying that ye COVID ke period mein, the entire world became Big Boss house.
Absolutely.
Yeah? So what is it that this Big Boss house is going to bring? So we have actually made a lot of changes in the format, and we've added quite a few new elements, which will be very exciting to watch, which will give a sense of normalcy to the viewers. So, you will very soon see maybe a gym, you will see a restaurant-like feel, you will see a spa in the house, and you will see privileges like normal people being enjoyed by the contestants, which have not been done in the past. So I'm sure with all these changes, with a lot of these privileges that we've added into the house this season, viewers will definitely like to watch the show.
But there,
rest, I said, is the power of the content.
There, of course, is always the fear about COVID, right? So, I know Big Boss as the studio itself is a huge machine, is a huge operation. You have over 500 people who are working towards the conduct of the show. So
absolutely,
in that sense, the entire COVID threat also looms large. So is that some kind of a worry for you in terms of?
So, Pradyuman, we have reduced the number of people that are going to be on the sets this time. Of course, there are not going to be so many people. Only bare minimum people who will be required, and everybody will work in shifts. And there are enough and more sanitization processes in place on the set, because we ourselves are very worried that once the contestants enter inside the house, everything needs to be taken care of in terms of sanitization, in terms of the protocols that have to be met. So we are hoping that nothing happens. But having said that, this is a very, very unprecedented time that we are living in. You don't really know what might happen. I mean, I know for a fact of a lot of shows on the sets of which there is COVID that's happened and the shoots have shut down. So while we are very confident of the measures that we've taken to ensure that absolute sanitization, hygiene, and social distance is maintained, you really don't know what eventually will play out. So we have our fingers crossed. We are doing the best we can as a channel. Now rest needs to be seen and how it gets played out.
And Big Boss is also the beginning of your festive season in terms of other shows, right? You have,
yes, absolutely.
You have Nagin already, but there is the next season of Khatro Ke Khiladi and whatever else.
So there is Dance Diwane, there's Khatro Ke Khiladi, there's a huge pipeline of non-fiction shows that we have. And it's not just non-fiction shows, we have a great pipeline in the fiction shows as well. So if you see Colors as a channel, Pradyuman has been a channel which has got a great mix of both fiction and non-fiction content. We are not just a network or a channel which relies only on the non-fiction strength or only on the fiction strength, unlike some other channels. We are a variety entertainment channel, and we give you great dose of fiction with family drama, romance, thrill, And we also offer you great dose of non-fiction with Khatron Ke Khiladi, Big Boss, Dance Diwane, not to mention the fantasy series Nagin. So yes, festive season will be very great for us. If you've followed our journey, our fiction content has really been kicking in, and we are launching a couple of more new shows, and we hope that the pipeline will be very healthy and the numbers will be great. But overall, whoever comes onto the channel in this festive period is going to really have an enjoying time, and we are hoping that the stickiness will really increase from what it is now.
Enjoyment in the world outside for you is a lot of hard work, right?
Yeah, yes,
How
that's true.
how has the lockdown period been for the marketing team at Viacom 18?
So, initially, we all were very apprehensive of how this is going to work, because we are not going to office. We interact with a lot of external parties like our agencies, our media agency, our creative agency, all the different partners that we work with, whether it is for any kind of activation or any kind of research and everything. But I think what we've learned is that if you have the will and, if you have the right mindset and integrity, you can actually work in any environment that you put in. I mean, I can specifically say for the marketing team that our efficiency has not dropped. Our efficiency has not dropped at all. And I cannot recall a single instance where I thought, shit, yaar, office jate to ye kaam ho jata tha. Because while we are sitting at home, the entire team is working 360 degrees full throttle to ensure that there is no slack in work and the channel runs as smoothly as possible. And that is the same thing for the programming team as well. So, and I don't know whether you've noticed that, while there was no original content on, the marketing team was actually also promoting the repeats of the shows. So there were some old shows that, we bought, some old shows we got back onto our channel, and we went out to promote that as well. So there is no slack, there's nothing. And barring challenges like your internet speeds and your connectivities which happen during your video calls, I think we are fairly sorted in terms of the marketing plane.
Well, now thanks to Reliance Geo being around, connectivity and your linkages with Geo, I guess you can't really complain about that either.
Yes. No, that's true. That's true. But I would also like to say that it's not just us as the marketing team. Our partners, which are agencies, also have been really, really cooperative and helpful. And I used to joke with my media and creative agency, which is Leo Burnett and Madison, that now I see you guys much more than I used to see earlier. Because what has happened is that they don't need to travel to our office, right, for a meeting. Now you can, sitting at your home, have a meeting with the entire team. And actually, it's become far more fruitful and productive because you're not traveling, you're not wasting time, you're available, And the other boon that has happened is that people come on time for their meetings. So, there were times that there were certain people used to come 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour late for their meetings. Now that's not the case. Now everybody is on time for the meetings. Everybody respects each other's time. Everybody understands that, in each individual is going through different phases in their life. And we respect that and we are working very happily together.
Talking of the agency, I know Leo Burnett is your agency for Colors. Uh, is there a huge marketing or advertising science that you apply to it? Because at the end of the day, Big Boss is just about a few smart lines which a Salman Khan has to speak, right? Or is there a lot more than just that goes into the Big Boss creative campaign?
See, it's of course Salman Khan says smart lines and Salman Khan is Salman Khan, but every year, if you notice, we've got a certain theme to the show. Yeah, we've not just relied on the fact that अरे big boss है तो उसको क्या theme देना क्या concept देना, but every year we've had a theme, right? Whether it was the Padosi theme which we had taken year before last, or the celebrity theme that we had taken last year, cut to this year. In fact, this year's theme has been very well thought of, and we actually went into understanding what the consumer psyche is and what is it that we need to communicate and what is it that the consumer needs today. And we realized that 2020 has been a very, very taxing year for all of us. 2020 has been a very, very challenging year for all of us. It put a question, it raised a question on our entertainment, it raised a question on our freedom, it raised a question on, whether we should move out, not move out, what is wrong, what is right. And everybody was bogged down with a lot of stress and anxiety. And what we wanted to communicate to the viewers is that, hey guys, we've had a very, very rough patch. Now Big Boss comes back into your life. And what does Big Boss signal? It signals the back of normalcy into your life because it will give you entertainment galore. And that's where the
Tapan,
entire concept came.
Tapan, whatever you're saying sounds very good, but do you all really think about, all these things, or is it just, chalo, let's look at the 14, 15 people whom we are going to have, and let's look at their chemistry, and that's it. Do you seriously look at, all that you've just said in terms of 2020, what people feel, etc., etc.?
So Pradyuman, I don't even know who those 14, 15 people are. So I cannot base my campaign on, who those 14, 15 people are and, design a...
I'm
No,
sure.
of course I don't know. I swear I really don't know who the contestants are at this point. Yeah. And we will also come to know closer to the show launch. So contestants have nothing to do with the concept of the show per se. And I don't know whether, do you remember a month and a half back, football series had started?
Right.
And we don't watch football, but the first thought that came into our minds was, chalo, thank God, yaar, kuch to normal ho raha hai, right? No, things are coming back to normal. It was a signal of normalcy coming back to our life. And that's the thread that we caught, that people are looking for normalcy back in their lives. With the trains opening, with malls opening, with, small, small things opening, you are today less worrisome, less stressed as you were a month back. And which is what we wanted to communicate to the audiences, that, boss, you know what? Now we are going to get back to normal. And Big Boss is going to give you that much of entertainment that you'll keep your stress away. You will enjoy life the way you used to enjoy by watching the show. And that's the central thought that went behind creating the concept and the campaign. And it was not ki contestants ko leke kuch bhi dal diya. Actually, we really applied a lot of consumer insight, tried to understand, tried to empathize with the consumer. See, we keep on reading a lot of things, and honestly, all the brands need to look at one thing, that you cannot just keep on communicating one way to your consumer, right? You need to understand the consumer sentiment. You need to understand what the consumer is going through, and then put across your communication. Otherwise, you will hit a wall. People will just say that, they are communicating for the heck of communicating. But does my communication of up paltega scene, क्योंकि Big Boss 20 को देगा 20 होने को जवाब, does it bring a sense of hope into you? Does it bring a sense of normalcy into you? And if the answer is yes, then we've done our job as marketeers. And then I'm hoping that the show will also take that.
Sorry, you're not calling it Big Boss 14. You're calling it Big Boss 2020.
No, we're not calling it Big Boss 2020. It's Big Boss 14. And we are saying Big Boss देगा 2020 को जवाब.
All right. Okay. So, clearly, I think there's going to be a huge amount of excitement for Big Boss. You said 3rd October, which is just a few days away. So, thank you very much for being here and for speaking about the marketing science behind it. I know I'm pulling your leg, but clearly there is some thought which goes into it. And the very fact that Big Boss is such a huge success year after year. So I'm going to end it with just one request. So what do you think will be the numbers this year?
The numbers in terms of ratings, in terms of viewership?
Yeah.
So like I said that, Pradyuman, last year we clocked some 213 million viewers on TV. And we are hoping that we will cross that number this year as well. And we will have more and more people flocking in. See, also the basic fact that a lot of people are sitting at home, they have missed out on a lot of entertainment. So I'm sure that they would be looking forward to it. And I will give you a very small example. A month back on Twitter, we had just put out one tweet. Hi peeps, what's up? From the Big Boss handle. You won't believe we got 9 million views and we generated conversations on that, yeah? Just by saying, what's up peeps? That's the craze of...
I'm sorry, I think we've lost Sapan. I think we'll wait for a couple of minutes for her, but Shall I call her up and check what? This is the problem with connectivity sometimes, and it's raining. It was raining a little while back. Okay, so I think we've lost the connection with Sapan, but most of our conversation with her was done. Big Boss 2020, the 14th season, is going to be on air on on October 3, and we shall all be looking for it. So thank you very much for this, and sorry about the connectivity hitch. And I guess in a few months from now, when we see the success of the show, we'll have Sapan once again. Thank you very much.